Decent cross goes in on the edge of it. Jimmy Mack can't get his feet sorted out. I tell you, that was a dangerous tackle, but Wrexham could have had something there. Sheffield Wednesday racing forward. 3 on 2, 3 on 2, 3 on 2. Where's the legs? I tell you, where's the legs, guys? And the referee blows it at 95-30. We got so lucky there. We got so lucky. So lucky. This goes in. There's the 3-2 loss. Man, oh man. Again, late in the game, we are fading. Is it fatigue? Is it fitness? Well, one thing for sure, you saw there, definitely speed. Is it fitness? Well, one thing for sure, you saw there, definitely speed. No speed coming back. Sheffield Wednesday played a massive game. I tell you, massive game. Wrexham coming home, welcoming Sheffield Wednesday on the day. We're right into the post-game right now, guys. So drop your comments, whatever you like. We're straight into the post-game right now. Henrik Pedersen on that field right now for Sheffield Wednesday. Steered his ship brilliantly on the road. I tell you what, the future doesn't look so bleak for Sheffield Wednesday if they continue to do that. If they continue to do that. That's a big ask. But what a great performance on the day. Sheffield Wednesday, Barry Bannon, man of the match completely. They deserve what they got. They could have got all 3 points right at the end. And isn't it funny? 3 matches back to back. We are fading in the last 25 minutes. The legs are running out. And Phil doesn't take guys off. And on one of them goals, that's why I want you to look at the post game and the highlight reels. One of them goals, I want you to see where the midfielders are, especially George Dobson. We have left holes that expose the defence again. I know I'm passionate on this, but that's exactly what happened. Wrexham started beautifully, 2-0 up. 2-0 up. 2-0 up. Should have been nursing a win. And when you see Barry Bannon doing what he does, maybe a coach out there does what the Germans used to do. Man-Deckung, man-marking. Maybe somebody should have been running with Barry Bannon and negate him, get him off the game. A little bit of physical play on Barry Bannon, not dirty, physical play, mark him and take him out the game. Negate him, get him out the game. But I tell you what, they let him have free hand. He had free hand. Can we not see who to shut down is what I'm saying. Anywho, back into the chat, guys, back into the chat. And I got to agree with some of these comments right now. I do. I got to agree with some of these comments right now. Big up, Paul Phelps. Nice one. Seems to suggest we're giving opportunities as we get tired. We should get better as the game goes on. What happens as the season itself gets late? Exactly. This picture is going to replicate itself unless it gets sorted out very quickly. Who won today? Sheffield Wednesday. That draw to them is like a win. Kevin McShane, Steve, top job. Thank you for the watch along. Thank you, Kevin McShane, my man. Phil J. Weston, Wrexham snatch a draw from the jaws of victory. I think a draw was fair. I think a draw was a fair result, though, on the balance of play. Can we appeal to the FA for 60-minute matches instead of 90? We'd be okay then. You got to laugh at that last statement. Can we appeal for 60-minute matches? Yeah, we would be, because we are fading in the last 25 minutes, man. I said it in the pregame. We're fading in the last phase of the match, which is where we should be shoring it up. How many substitutions did we make last game? Not enough. How many substitutions this game? Not enough. And 2 of the key players that we should have removed, we didn't. George Dobson needs to go out by 65. Matty James as well. The older legs are tiring. Jimmy Mack. I love Jimmy Mack. But this is not League One. This is not League Two. This is the Championship. The league quality, the step up is massive. We're being exposed. We're being exposed. You can't have all 30-year-olds on the team and be as good as everybody else who's got way younger players and, quite frankly, way better. Remember when I talked about the squad price of our squad at now £40 million, yeah? And you have the likes of Southampton at 200+ million. Leicester, 170 million, yeah? Middlesbrough, 104 million. Ipswich, 160 million, yeah? West Brom, 64 million. And I could go on and on and on. We're on the cheapest end. We're like number 6 from the bottom in terms of value of squad. And I'll tell you, look, I'm looking at the Stoke Kiddos, and it's absolutely bloody empty. Stats on the day: 48 to 51% possession in favour of Sheffield Wednesday. 19 shots Wednesday, 11 Wrexham. 7 on target for Wrexham. Tackles, 10 Sheffield Wednesday, 15 Wrexham. Interceptions, 10 to Wrexham, 5 Sheffield Wednesday. Blocks, 9 Wrexham, 2 Sheffield Wednesday. Pass percentage, 78 and 79% in favour of Sheffield Wednesday. Key passes, 15 key passes for Sheffield Wednesday, 6 for Wrexham. Key passes, 15 to 6. It should be 15 to 6 the other way. It should have been Wrexham doing all the domination in the final third. Didn't happen. And when we started out this game, I'm looking at the flow of the game thinking, just a minute. We're the home team here, and we're sitting back. And we're sitting back. And I don't like the feel of this. It feels imbalanced. It feels like we should be doing the pushing, and we're getting pushed. And it just felt really weird. I mean, the game started off great. The free kick comes in, the first one. Sheffield Wednesday make a howler of it in defence, and Kiefer Moore, Johnny on the spot, puts you up 1-0. Beautiful. You're thinking everything's just going to go plain sailing. And from there on in, it really was. But the one thing, Sheffield Wednesday never stopped going forward. They never gave up. They kept on driving. But we still sat back. And then we get the move going down the right side where Maxi Kluivert links up with Ryan Longman. And Longman puts a beautiful ball in. And Kiefer Moore, he's like, gets the scraps. You know, it's a case of he tries. But literally, we were sleepwalking and not moving forward. And we watched Sheffield Wednesday dominate the game all the way through. And then Wrexham gets the second goal. And you're thinking, how hard or how easy is this going to be? Horvath fumbles and Kiefer gets the scraps, remember? The shot comes in. One thing Georgie did all day was tackling and gets that shot off, yeah? So credit where credit's due. Early in the game, George is in the game. His legs are fresh. But he shoots on the keeper. Horvath fumbles. And before you know it, we're 2-0 up. And we really don't look like we deserve to be 2-0 up. It's like we have literally coasted to a 2-0 lead. And it still doesn't feel right. Second half comes along. Things don't change. And the game is still the same. And it's Bannon who's literally starting to become the architect and the general or the master of the game. And he's becoming a real ass for Wrexham. He's a real nausea, but he's bringing it and he's turning the game over. And from 2-0 down, you can see the complexion of the match completely changing. And it does change. The balls get crossed. The balls come in. Lovely plays down the wing. The cross comes over. And it goes in the back of the net. Nice and easy. You got one. And it's Barry Bannon who puts it in there. And before you know it, I'm saying to you, this is going to be 2-2 real soon. There's a goal coming very quickly. And before you knew it, bang, boom, bada bing, that goal came. And Wrexham was sitting on 2-2, staring a late loss again, late in the game, with limited substitutions. It's a case of we are watching 3 matches finish the same way. I'm not down. I'm not down because you can fix this. You can fix this. Make your substitutions timely. I mean, hey, D. Scott was perfect on the timings, on the numbers with 70 minutes for Callum if he comes in, if at all, perfect. And he didn't. And D. Scott was right. But surely Phil has got to see in the middle of midfield when them legs are dying on certain individuals. I'm not going to name them again and again and again. But when certain people are losing their legs, you've got to change them out. You've got to keep the ship afloat. You can't let people just walk right through you. And that second goal, the slide rule cross across the box. The Cadamatri rifles past Danny Ward. Fantastic finish, but you could see it coming, and it came. And after that, Phil J. Weston in the chat was even saying, we'd be lucky to get a draw here because like the only team that looks like they're going to win right now is Sheffield Wednesday. So I say this. It's not just about the legs. It's about the quality. It's about the team. And we've got to start gelling. We haven't even looked like we've gelled yet. We've got to gel as a team on off the field, coaching as well, and not put the players under too much pressure. And that final breakaway, the way the match finished, where there was 3-on-2 and they slide ruled, slick, pass and moved, round our defense like we weren't even there, and Danny Ward makes a save, and then the referee blows the final whistle. I tell you what, guys like McNeil and Bannon and the rest of them, Valerie and the rest of them, Horvath in goal, they played their absolute great game today. They played their asses off, and they got what they deserved. And Wrexham, I tell you what, it's not like a win. It's not like a win at all. It's a win that turned into a draw that feels like a loss. This draw does not feel like a draw. This draw feels like a loss, and that's the way you should take it on. But it's the first point of the season. Grab a point, get more. And eventually, we'll climb the table. I'm going to go through the scores pretty soon here as well, but this match got away from Wrexham today, and it's the third one in a row. And if the ownership can't see that, I think they better well hone in on that point. 3 losses, back-to-back, the same format. Sorry, 3 games that finished the same way, not 3 losses. 3 games that finished the same way, back-to-back, and for the same reasons. Dying legs. Going into the stats, really. 19 shots to 7 on target, Sheffield Wednesday. 52% was the passing possession. Passes, 409. Accuracy, 78%. Fouls, 8. And corners, get this. You saw Barry Bannon hammer that corner across quite a few times. 9 corners. 9 corners. Wrexham on the other side. 11 shots compared to 19. 4 shots on target compared to 7. 48% possession. 383 passes to 409. 78% accuracy. Exactly the same Sheffield Wednesday. 7 fouls to 8. 4 offsides and 3 corners to 9. Talking briefly while we're talking stats, Stoke City on top of the table, 9 points. Middlesbrough second, 9 points. Coventry, West Brom, Birmingham and Preston round out your top 6, all on 7. Down in the bottom 3, Sheffield United are bottom of the league, Oxford next and QPR. Therefore, Sheffield Wednesday, 21st in league, first point of the season. Wrexham are in 19th. Below them is Derby County. So we're not in the bottom 3. We've got a point on the season. There's reasons to be cheerful right now for Wrexham fans. Reasons to be cheerful. Points on the board. Nothing to be worried about there. Talking about scores on the doors, we'll go through all the scores, give you all the scores. But I'm going to hit the chat pretty quickly right now. Phil Weston, Wrexham snatch draw from jaws of victory. Absolutely. There's some cool names coming up. There's some cool names. Ghostface, damn, Preston North End are flying. They've beaten 2 out of 3 favourites to get promoted from the Championship. They beat Leicester last week, and now they've beaten Ipswich. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to look at that table as well. Again, Ghostface, Stoke City are also flying. That's now 3 wins out of 3, 9 points. If I'd honestly love them back in the Premier League. You know, Stoke City, place I know very well. The Victoria Ground, not the Britannia Stadium. My dad had a house near Stoke, and once in a while we go watch Stoke City matches because it's not far. Wrexham's very close, right? Stoke is very close. So there's 39 miles between Wrexham and Stoke. Anyhow, we'd go to Stoke City games and different games as well. And to get Stoke City back in the Premier League, yeah, you know, with a stadium like that, I think they'd be great back in the Premier League. And also, the Premier League would rejuvenate the local area in and around the 6 towns, the 6 towns of Stoke-on-Trent. So I think Premier League would rejuvenate that area. It does need rejuvenation. It needs some injection of finances and love. It's not totally run down the Stoke-on-Trent area, but it's been taking a little bit of a... I tell you what, city councils over there, they know how hard it is to keep that place afloat. That's all I'm saying. But yes, Stoke City back in the Premier League, that would be pretty decent. But yes, 9 points. Is it going to last? Is it going to last? I mean, you got to ask yourself, does it last? Do they stay as good as they are right now? Because Stoke City, normally, they fade away. So just remember that one. They could fade away. Just 1 second. Paul Phelps, I'd rather a draw in the Championship than a victory in League One. Absolutely. I'll tell you what, I love that sentiment. I do. I love that sentiment. I'd rather a draw in the Championship than a victory in League One. Yes. Yes, let's thank our lucky stars, eh? Let's thank our lucky stars. I mean, I'm still literally sometimes pinching myself that we're in the Championship. I really am. I really am. Sometimes it's a case of, hasn't it all happened so fast? And it has. It has. It's happened very fast. But like I say, in those moments where it gets tough, I'm not going to give any analogies like, oh, we're in war, because we're not in war. We're not soldiers. But when you're battling, to say, and things are not going good, that's the moment you seize the moment and you really jump in and you bite the moment and you stick with the moment and you ride the moment and you enjoy the moment. And when it gets that real mega stressy moment, that's when you got to seize it most of all. Yeah, like some kind of crazy psychopathic sort of football fan I am. When things go bad, you keep your nerve. That's what I'm saying. You keep your nerve and you ride it out and you enjoy it. The good times are wonderful. The bad times can be as crazily enjoyable, if you want to put it that way. But yes, back into the chat. So Paul Phelps says, I'd rather a draw in a Championship than a victory in League One, but I never want a loss. That being said, if you can win, if you can improve, you should. Yes, my sentiments entirely. My sentiments entirely. I'm sure as we go through this season, Phil's going to recorrect and crimp things as we move, especially the substitutions. But I'm sure he's going to keep things moving along, and we will see a development as we move through. January, I think you see some more. Also, food for thought, with this draw that feels like a loss for many, how do you think that feels for Rob and Ryan? How do you think the stress and the factor of stress is burning down on them right now? Because they're the ones that really have got us to this stage. And without them, we wouldn't be here. So without our big buddies and our big bosses, you know, El Patron, how do you think they're feeling? Is this going to make them make another signing before September 1st? I mean, hey, we've got plenty of time, but is it going to set them into a mode where they go and get Mepham, another defender? Because clearly we play well up to 70 minutes and then we drop away. And I'm not saying it's just the back line. But I think, as I've said a few times, we need that playmaker bringing in. And a guy that just embarrassed us, Barry Bannon, as Phil J. Weston pointed out in the chat, would be the kind of guy who would be a signature player for Wrexham. Are we going to get another player in? I think some of the players need time to gel. Some of the players need time to become Wrexham-styled players under Phil. His methodry needs time. It's obviously not going to work overnight. So do we bring another guy in? I think there's time. Quite frankly, what I've seen, I think we need another 2 guys in, but it's getting late day. So we can struggle with what we got till January and do more trades in the January trade window because people will become available and then start beefing up there. But don't be down. We got a point off 3. I'm quite happy so far. It should have been 3 points and we should have been sitting 16 in the league. But adversity, that's what this is all about. Back into the chat right now. Let me have a swig, guys. I'm going to go to Peter next. Peter says, there's no point in dragging it out all season. So just pack your bags and be happy League One. I will, I'm sure, welcome you back. You know what? Let's see what else he's got. Oh, yeah, regards to Birmingham. Let's see what else he's got. Oh, yeah, regards to Birmingham. Regards from Birmingham. Yeah. We say nice things about you, and you say nice things about us. That's right. Well done. Football banter. Paulie Phelps, off to watch American. Absolutely, brother. Be good. Have a great weekend. Got a point in the bag. Things will be crimped, and things will get better. Football pre-season. See you next time, Stevie. Thanks for doing this. Absolutely, Paul Phelps. See you next time, mate. And hey, broadcast me anywhere you like, man. Promote me anywhere you like. You got the email. Get in touch. Brian Barton, how you doing, Brian? I should have said hello, Peter, but I think I did say we're going to Peter next, yes. But hey, big up to you, Paulie Phelps. Brian Barton, shameful performance. You know, starts out, like I say, a little bit sitting on the back foot when we should be pushing the issue. We should be moving the game forward, and we're not. And I kind of question that as one of the pitfalls of how this game went the way it did. 2-0 up, make the right substitutions. This one comes home. At 2-0 up, keep it as it was. It should have gone to 3-0. The substitutions that he makes up front, it really disjointed the top end. We became a team without a forward line for 5 minutes, which really upset the rest of the flow. Georgie Dobson midfield, like I've said 1,000 times, he's not a full 90-minute player. Let's just put it that way. Matty James, love the general, but again, not a full 90-minute player at this level. When you're chasing these young players around, look how much speed, youth, exuberance, motivation that Sheffield Wednesday had all through the game. They just kept coming. It was like a blue wave. They kept coming. They kept coming. They kept coming. They never stopped. They had the high intensity. They had the energy. They kept going. They were the away team. That's what we should have been looking like. You've seen Wrexham play like that over the last few years at Stoke Russ all the time. Well, what I'm saying is reality. I said it on the start of this game. This is reality right now. What we are facing in the Championship is reality. It's going to take us 15 matches to see what's happening and where we're at. But by 15 matches, you will see we are going to be in a battle. And as long as we can keep grabbing points along the way, it's going to help us. The number we need for safety is 50, okay? You get around 50 points in the Championship, you're looking to survive. So put that number in your minds right now. 50. That's what we probably need to be looking at for the rest of the season. We got 1 out of 3. 1 point out of 9. So 50 points. Take it from there. Going back into the chat, Brian Barton says, shameful performance. He also says, Parky doesn't need to bed in the new players. Get them out there. Yes. McLean and Dobson should not be starting. Absolutely. I mean, put that in the bank. I'm going to read that again. Brian Barton, big up, man. Totally on the money. Parky doesn't need to bed in new players. Let's explain that one first. Callum Doyle. You paid a lot of money for him. I'll just say it basically. He's 21. He's played mega games in a Championship with big clubs, bigger than us. I'm sure he'll have no problem. Why does he need any bedding time? He doesn't. You're right, Brian. He doesn't. Put him out there. Defending didn't change overnight, and he's coming from Man City. I'm sure he's been trained quite well on the aspects of defense. I'm sure he's seen enough over the last 4 years when he's played nearly 140 games in a Championship area. I think he could just go straight in. So Brian's absolutely right. No lead-in time, no bed-in time. Put him out there, get him gone, and put Brunty in midfield, Dobson on the bench, if that. Dobson's good for 30 minutes. He's good to come in and do a 30-minute cameo to end out a game. The hustling and the tussling that he does, fine. But I just see him literally put all his energy into everything he does, and he fades. He runs out of gas so quick. You just see him drag his ass for the remainder of the game. He's literally dragging himself around the field, and people were skipping past him, and he couldn't keep up. And the holes in front of the defense, yeah, absolutely right. Brian, absolutely right. Should not be starting. And McLean, I love Jimmy Mack. but he ain't doing it. What he was doing in League One, League Two, he's not doing in this league. And not even close. Not even close. And I love Jimmy Mack. And again, when Kakachi comes back, Kakachi, he's got to be in there. He's got to be the starting side, left side. Got to be. What he brought in that first match against Southampton, we have missed on the left side. We've got no penetration down the left side. If you notice, we're a one-trick pony right now. It's all down the right side. Ryan Longman, bless him, fantastic. Barnett, last game, fantastic. But it's all right side. We're becoming very predictable. You heard me say many times last year, we have become predictable in our play. We need to change tactics up, and we need the playmaker in the middle, which would totally change everything up and not let other teams know exactly where we're going. Right now, man, we know where the ball's going. And if we know, well, let's put it this way. The opposition that watches the video a week before they see us and days before they play us, they know exactly where we're going. Just saying. Back into the chat. Let me have a swig. But I totally agree with that. Don't bed in the new players. Just get them out there. Absolutely right, Brian. Ghostface says, next week, Sheffield United will be a 3-0 loss. And Middlesbrough away, oh boy, a 3-0 loss. There you go. That's what Ghostface says. Also, what is going on at Stoke? They're flying with confidence. I know. I got a good friend in Stoke. I've got a few friends in Stoke, actually. Nick King, he's a big Stork fan. Oh, lad. Big Storky. From Stoke-on-Trent, aye. And he's probably literally in a state where he can't believe what the heck is happening. He probably can't believe what is going on. But hey, I tell you. Looking at the scores on the doors, though, let's have it for today. If you haven't got them all, these are the full-time scores, just so as you know, we're in the post chat. If you've got anything to add, let me know. But I tell you, you can't be happy with that point for Wrexham if you're a Wrexham fan. For Sheffield Wednesday, man. You're dead in the water. Literally bamboozled, boom, gone, out of here. And you fight back like that. That's the kind of performance that sticks inside your hearts with your football club. When your boys do that and they fight tooth and nail from death to victory, because that draws like a victory for Sheffield Wednesday. Just think of the confidence they're going home with right now. That can resurrect things. And Henrik Pedersen, their coach, I tell you what, he must feel real good about that result. And his guys are looking at him. They're going to look at him like he led the team and he did a fantastic job. I'm telling you now, he did a fantastic job. I was watching what he was doing all through the game, the eagerness, the fight, the anger in his face, the way he was rallying his troops on the side, like, come on, let's go. He never sat for 2 seconds. He was always on it. I'm not saying you got to be voracious as a coach and get out there and scream your face off. I'm not saying that. But he was motivating his troops. 47 years of age. Phil's 57 years of age. The way they coach was very different on the day. Phil, I think, is more pragmatic in everything he does. Sometimes you need fire. And Henrik brought fire. And the Dane, he won the battle on the day over Phil. Scores on the doors, though. Derby 1, Bristol City 1, Hull City 0, Blackburn 3. Swansea City losing 1-0 against Watford, get a point, 1 apiece. Charlton lose the first one of the week, or the day, I should say, against Leicester City at home. Preston 1, Ipswich 0. Ipswich won't like that. Preston loving life. Wrexham 2-2, as you see, with Sheffield Wednesday. Stoke City 2-1 on the road at Southampton. Big win. I'm going to tell you the scores there. Stoke City, Lewis Baker on 54, and then Sorba Thomas on 75. 2-0 up at the time. Minute later, Harwood Bellis gets one back, and it is 2-1 on the day. Big loss there for Southampton. Great win for Stoke City. And the confidence right now, 3 wins back-to-back for Stoke City. Can they keep it going? The last few years, it's been rotten. They only just avoided relegation last year. It should have been a lot higher. It wasn't a great season. There's been some down times for Stoke ever since they've come out of the Premier League. If they can get back, as pointed out, that would be lovely. But 2-1 on the day at Southampton, that's a big win. Middlesbrough winning 2-1 on the day. Norwich City, the sort of nearly there club, nearly there. They kind of like show promise and then they drift away. Show promise, drift away. I mean, the club of Delia Smith, you know, they're not going to get promotion this year. But could they get into the playoffs? Maybe not. Close to it, but maybe not. West Brom won on the day with Portsmouth. Sheffield United losing at home against Millwall. Not good for business. And Coventry wins 7-1 on the day against QPR. Scorers on the day. Hey, QPR did get one. It was the last goal of the game. That in 90 minutes plus one. Their fans cheered through the roof. That was Richard Coney. He gets that one. On the day, Coventry, though, Haji Wright gets 2. Brandon Thomas Asante, long name, gets 1 on 23. Jack Rudoni gets 2 on 35 and 43. And Victor Torp on 47 and 66. Haji Wright was on 12 minutes and 37. Big scores on the doors. And we will be kind. Although they like to slag us and be banterful, which is good, Birmingham got a win today. Park Seung-ho on 40. Stats on the day, 16 shots to 1 on target. 1 on target. 16 shots, 1 on target. Well, even Wrexham got more on target today. But 1 on target, 16 shots, and Oxford 6 shots, 1 on target. Possession was what did it with Birmingham. And you know they are a possession-based team. And Chris Davis doing a great job. They had 67% possession on the day. So, as you say, on the day, not so bad. Not so bad. Looking at the table one last time, Stoke City sitting on top. 9 points. Before the season started, I would have said Stoke City look like they're the team to probably avoid relegation. Just. And maybe finish maybe anywhere from sort of, 15 to 19, somewhere in there. But on top, Middlesbrough is the team that's also surprising me as well. If they can continue to keep that going, they'll literally put themselves in the slot. Coventry did well last year in the playoffs. West Brom were there and thereabouts. Birmingham, welcome back to the Championship. You should never have gone to League One. That's quite embarrassing, isn't it, eh? Well done for getting back, and well done for, destroying teams that were not in your caliber in League One last year. Yes, well done, Birmingham. Go Brady, huh? Anyway, in 6 is Preston, and they're all on 7 points. Those teams, literally, last year, you would see coming back in. Leicester in 7th right now. Millwall will be there and thereabouts in the chase for the playoffs. Bristol City as well. And Southampton right now down in 10th. So it's not going great for Southampton at the moment. That loss will hurt. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. Southampton in 10th. 4 goals for, 4 goals against. So right now, they're even. Had they have won today, they'd be sitting in 7th on 7. Sorry, they'd be sitting on 7 points and probably anywhere from 5th to 6th, somewhere in there. That's what I'm saying. But I tell you, don't be down. Don't be down. As we move to the next game, just going to bring something up here, guys. Give me a second. Do not be down. Remember when I said if we gel slowly, we're going to be in the 19 to 24 club. If you don't know what the 19 to 24 club is, simply that's from 19th to 24th in the Championship, position-wise. We are in the 19 to 24 club. That is the relegation battleground right there, okay? You don't have much move to make. You don't have much space to grab, but you've got to get points. 19 to 24 is where we are. We are gelling slowly, very slowly. And the one major thing that's come out so far, as I'm breaking it down before we go to the end of this, is that legs are dissolving later in the second half. We talked about it in the pregame, in the previous pregame. Please go down in the library and check the pregame. Enjoy that and see what I said in the pregame actually happen in this match. But we're in 19 to 24 land. Right now, I don't want it to get any worse. 19 to 24. Just think of that. And we are 19th. It's not a time to be panicking. And I'm sure Phil and the guys are not. Because there's another 43 games to go. By game 15, we'll know literally where we're headed for sure. Right now, we have an indication that it's going to be a tough season, as I told you in the preview to the league weeks ago. It will be a tough season, but it's a season that you've got to enjoy. We've had glory times for 3 years, close to 4 years, when you think of the playoff failure that we had 4 years ago. It's been 4 years of absolute glory. You can't have glory every day. We've got to go through adversity, and we will be. And what you're seeing now is parts of it. But we can fix this, and Phil can fix it. And maybe one more player comes in before September 1st. But as pointed out in the chat, and by yours truly, George Dobson is not a 90-minute player. I don't think he should be starting. I think there's better options. We have players that we can put ahead of George. George can come on and do a 30-minute cameo at the end of the game. And I'll give you the example. Let's say Elliot Lee had started this game. He's played 65 minutes, and Elliot Lee's legs do start slowing down at 65 minutes. So you give Elliot Lee the 60. You bring George Dobson in with 30 minutes to go. Both players would keep the level high, and George Dobson wouldn't then eventually run around like he's looking like he's dragging a piano round the field with him. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Do George a favor by bringing him in second half, 30-minute cameos. It makes the team stronger. His legs are longer, and he's not tired and can't keep up and doesn't leave big holes and doesn't stand on the edge. He's not even on the edge of the box when that goal goes in. Okay? He didn't get back with play. And when you see one of your defending midfielders, hence defending midfielder, not in the right slot, you ask yourself why. And when it continues to happen game for game, and you analyze this guy, and you like him, and he's done good things for Wrexham, but when you analyze this guy, you realize it's the legs, and the legs are gone, and they can't keep up, and you've got to change it out. So like you and I say in the chat, things have to change. Things have to change. And I'm sure when they go through training this week, now they've got time to work with Callum Doyle. Now they'll start fixing a different back line. And hopefully, you see Lewis Brunt slide into the defensive midfield role and take George Dobson onto the bench. And George might not even make the bench. I'm just saying, something's got to change there. That's what I would do. That is exactly what I would do. But the next game I'm going to tell you about as we keep it going. And I'll tell you about the EFL game as well. Because, as you know, we do not cover cup games. We'll cover the finals, we cover semi-finals, but we do not cover the EFL. So you don't have me for the EFL Cup game against Preston. Believe you me, that's going to be an interesting match. Do we need to continue to be in cup competitions? Like I've said the last 3 years, I don't see much fruit in the cup competitions. League games are the most important thing on the agenda for me. So I put all the energy, if I'm the team, into league matches. I don't mind losing a cup game. When you're talking about historical cup games back in the day, games in Europe against FC Porto back in the... Yeah, go look that up. Wrexham FC Porto. FC Porto. Yeah, Portuguese club. Wrexham. European football. Go look that up. Amazing history. Just dropped a little bomb for you. But got to say, I am not down. And you shouldn't be either. Because what we're going through is reality. Absolute reality. Back into the chat. Phil J. Weston. Karache, Doyle, Rathbone, Windass, Thomason will all make a difference. Karache, Doyle, Rathbone, Windass, Thomason will all make a difference when in the team. I agree. I'm going to work on some of them names right now, Phil. Karache, absolutely love the guy. What he's done for us so far, the way he played, the speed he had, the muscle he had, the way he cut people down, the way he sort of shut people down, negated the offense of other teams. He could do the defensive role. He can do the midfield role. Both left sides. He's got plenty of speed, plenty of power. I'll tell you what, he's one for the future. And he's played, I don't know exactly, I think he's played like close to 40 games from New Zealand already. I love the guy. Karachi, love him. Liberato Karachi, love him. Doyley, I've spoken highly of Doyley. I love what he brings. He's got the touch. He can read the game, intercepts. His passing's on the money. He's got little flicks and little tricks. He's got confidence. He's a team player as well. He's not selfish as well. He plays team football. So Doyley, bring him in. Ollie Rathbone, bloody hell, yeah. Yeah, I mean, hopefully back sooner than later. I mean, what a bad time to get an injury. Ollie Rathbone, yeah, in the mid-season. Especially being our big player from last year, yeah. He's the guy we're missing in midfield. The runs that George Dobson can't do, Ollie Rathbone makes all day long. The energy that Rathbone, I say all year long, hard-working Ollie Rathbone, don't I, yeah? Ollie Rathbone would make a hell of a difference in this team right now. Second, absolutely, Ollie Rathbone, man, oh man, that's the guy we're missing. Absolutely missing. He's got the light feet, the energy, the motivation. Call it guts and glory. When he's wearing this, it's all guts and glory with Ollie Rathbone. He gives you everything, and he makes us a better team. And the goals that he scored. Remember when Ollie Rathbone first came into our team? When he did. Little guy, diminutive, starts off as the kind of like the wee man. And he builds his stature, and he grows, 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 and becomes arguably one of the best players in the squad. Arguably. Right? But he started as the little guy. That's the guy we need in there. That's the guy we need in there. Josh Windass, free transfer. Decent. He makes a difference. He never stops running. He always starts working. He's always thinking. He's always got moves on his mind. George Thomason used to be the captain over at Bolton. Hey, here comes Cabby. Cabby. Tell you what, just give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah. Watch this. Have you ever seen this? Here's a little trick. Cabby's getting a yellow card. There you go. See if he takes it. He's got the yellow card. There you go. We'll let him sit there. That's Cabby, and he is a Wrexham fan. And he always makes an appearance. I tell you what, it's uncanny. But he always makes an appearance right at the end of shows. It's really weird. Every time I'm shutting down a show, he always comes in. But we're not shutting down right now, but towards the end of it, we are. Phil J. Weston, still with it. Josh Windass, like I say, free transfer comes in, always working, always scheming, always making runs, always trying to get things going. George Thomason, Bolton captain, yeah? Big player. When he gets on his game and eventually comes in, yes. So when they do pop it and get in the team, yes, they're going to make a difference because the guys I've ground out, you've heard names. They need to sit on the bench and take a break because they don't have the level of fitness. And that's one thing I think we need to all agree is Wrexham need to get the level of fitness up. It's not where it needs to be. You can see guys that don't have that speed, don't have that 90-minute to go. And sometimes the way we are letting and making our forwards chase everything, we're just exhausting the guys. We're just exhausting those guys. Yeah, we really are. So what did you think, Cabby? Were you happy with the game? No, he wasn't happy with the game. He's not happy with the game. You weren't happy with the game, buddy? No? He's funny. He's a big cat. He's a big cat. So I need my mouse. I know you don't want to eat the mouse, buddy. That's my mouse, not your mouse. Yeah, you clean your paws. Anyway, back at it. Next game coming up. That's what we want to talk about. You can't go that way, buddy. You can't go that way. Got a big tiger in front of me. Got to be careful. He might bite my hand off. There we go. That's the one I needed. So there we go. Preston is in the EFL Cup. And remember, we don't do the EFL Cup. You doing okay, buddy? You'll probably slap me in a minute. Anyway, Preston in the EFL Cup. We don't do EFL Cup games, just the finals. But the next game, let's talk about the next game coming up for Wrexham. League game. Millwall away. Be under no illusions. That's going to be a tough day. That's going to be a tough day. You've got QPR at Wrexham, the game after. QPR just got battered 7-1 by Coventry City. Looking for a team trying to resurrect pride, performance, and points on the board when they get to us, because you get beaten 7-1. That's pretty heavy. And then after that, Norwich City away, Derby County after that at the Racecourse Ground. After that, Leicester City on the road. We got a batch of tough games coming up. We really do. When I was looking at Ghostface, to clarify, Sheffield United versus Middlesbrough comments, it wasn't a perfect prediction. I meant it as Sheffield United 0 wins in 3 versus Middlesbrough 3 wins in 3. Absolutely. 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 Totally. Hey, you can say what you want, my man. Say what you like. We're all one family here. All one family. But I say, Wrexham's in for a batch of games in the next little while that it's going to push us. It really is going to push us. And I hope you enjoy your time too. Cabby was watching the last seconds of the game. Yes, he was. He really was. He's had enough. He's not looking for the game right now. He's looking for some temptations, which he's not going to get because can't give him too much. But on the day, let's put it this way, in a serious note, as we shut this down, a loss is what this draw feels like. A point is a good thing. So make the point feel like a win for you. A win got out of Wrexham's hands simply because Sheffield United were relentless, wouldn't give up, kept going. And a little man, Barry Bannon, literally instilled into the rest of his team how you go about coming back from 2-0 down to 2-2 and have a chance in the final seconds that, if had it gone in, would have left Sheffield Wednesday fans absolutely delirious with joy. But know this, they probably would have enjoyed to know that they deserved to win purely off the efforts and the tactical brilliance from Hendrik Pedersen. Today was not our day for the win. It'll come. There will be days where we win. But remember, the next 15 games total, with this included, 12 to go, we'll know where we are. It's going to be a tough season. It was always going to be a tough season. But we have bailouts, get-out-of-jail-free cards coming along the way. One of them being form. One of them being guys coming back in to strengthen the team, like we just talked about with Phil J. Weston. Kakache, yeah? He's going to come in. Doyley's going to come in. Rathbone's going to come in. Windass is coming back in. Thomason is going to come in. Those 5 players will make a difference, not just in the team, but also on the bench. So do not be down. Don't wear a frown. Things will look up, but it needs time. And as I said on the preview to the whole season, we're going to either gel slowly, gel fast, or not at all. Right now, we're gelling slowly, not the not at all factor. We are in the 19 to 24 club right now, but give it time. We'll get to the 13 to 18 club, because I do not feel right now that we are headed to the playoffs as we have been for the last 3 years, as told in that preview. This is reality. Enjoy it. We're in a big league and things will sort out. It just needs time. And as long as teams keep losing below us and we keep picking up points, that's all that matters. There will be teams below us, but as you saw with Blackburn Rovers, who were below us before today, who are now above us, there will be times where you see teams climb up. And that is when the pressure increases. Don't lose your nerve. It's going to be a long season. You're going to enjoy this. It's not all bad. We got a point. It should have been 3, but we got a point. Next game, I'll be with you. Millwall at the Den, London. Yes, a very, very interesting place to go. And Millwall, not an easy team to take on at all. Get ready for another tough match. Get ready for the pre-game coming up. And that'll be like 48 hours before the match. I'm asking you whether you want the pre-games live or do you want them recorded. It's totally up to you. Totally up to you. I love doing the pre-games live because it lets me interact with you one more time. But if you want the pre-games recorded, you let me know. So far, we're going to continue to do live pre-games, like I say, 48 hours before the match. Then we'll do the watch-along. Into the chat quickly. Designed by Marion Smart. This wasn't a tough team. Which team are you talking about? Designed by Marlon Smart. Sorry, Marlon, which team are you talking about? This wasn't a tough team. Sheffield Wednesday wasn't a tough team. If you're saying that, I agree with you. We made an easy game go bad. I did say a few times, substitutions was the key. Phil made no substitutions on the players that needed to come out. You've heard in the chat as well, people have agreed or they have their thoughts that, yeah, Dobson shouldn't be starting. Other players shouldn't be starting. Got you back, yeah. Designed by Marlon Smart? Yes, Wednesday. Absolutely. That's what I thought you'd say. Wednesday, 13 million price tag on this complete squad. Played like a 64 million team, yeah? They played like West Brom against us today. That shows the quality in the Championship. It really does. It's really showing through. The jump from League One is a big, big jump. League Two to League One is a jump, but League One to League Two is a huge jump. We're getting exposed with the mistakes. That's all it is. It's little mistakes, and we are getting exposed for them. And when we're making little mistakes, we're being punished. Those 2 goals that Sheffield Wednesday scored, yeah, credit to them, but you could easily negate that happening with the correct substitutions and changing the system. And I tell you this, I was a little bit dumbfounded by the complete change up front. That imbalanced the whole game. And from there on in, we slipped off the edge. That 2-0 slips away. Just saying. But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. This wasn't a tough team. Millwall is going to be tougher. There's no doubt about it. But you're right, man. You're absolutely right. Everybody today, I tell you what, I want to thank everybody today. All the comments that you made were totally on the money. It's lovely to read it. And you know what? There's a lot of brains in there. A lot of brains. All of you got a lot of brains going on. Enjoy your weekend. Get ready for that Millwall game. Get ready for the Millwall pre-game because I'm going to bring both. Don't forget one thing as well. If you are a Canadian fan or a Welsh fan, September 9th, the game coming up in Swansea. They got a draw today. Save their asses. They got a 1-1 draw as well. Both Welsh clubs drew today. But September 9th, Wales take on Canada in Wales, Swansea. I'm going to do that pre-game. I'm going to do that watch-along and the commentary. And a Wales and a Canada game, well, that's going to set me in such a zone that I'll be so happy. There's not many games can get me up like that. Wrexham, yes. Internationally, Canada, Wales, that's the game because I can't lose. But again, take this one. Reality check. It is a tough season. We're in deep. Look September 1st. See if someone else is coming in before then. If not, January, we're going to be making strains to get someone else in. If this form does continue, even with the 5 guys coming through, then we will be picking up people in January. But I fully believe, just like with Phil J. Weston and you guys as well, that the guys coming in will help to balance this ship. And yes, the guys I've named and the guys you've named do need to take a back seat. And possibly, like the guys like Sam Dorby, that was a surprise when he went to Dundee United and did so bloody well and didn't end up signing for them. He went to Bolton. Sometimes some of our big players, or supposed big players, need to move along. I said at the beginning of the season, you're going to see people moving along, and I still believe you still will. And that still can happen in January or after that too. So, we've got a point on the board. We're not pointless. It wasn't for nothing. We're going to go into training again. You got the EFL Cup midweek to enjoy. Like I say, I won't be there for that, but I will be for the Millwall pre-game and the Millwall watch-along next weekend. Absolutely. Until then, enjoy what you got and don't be down. This was a good point out of what could, in the final seconds, have turned into such a death, cruel loss.